Welcome to Zagreb, Croatia's dynamic capital. As I guide you through its historic streets and vibrant cultural scene.
Hi, I am Martijn and your guide in Zagreb. After watching this travel guide, you know a lot more about this city to get the most out of your trip.
From historic sites to the best museums, this old tradition, the bustling local markets,
to everything in between. If this Zagreb travel guide has given you new travel tips, or maybe you just like it, please give a thumbs up or leave a comment under the video. That's the way you can help so other people can discover the video as well, and I get to create new travel guides for you in the future. Zagreb Airport is located around 16 kilometers outside the city center. And to travel to the city, you can use a bus. The journey takes around 35 to 40 minutes and a ticket will set you back around €1. Taxis are more expensive, between 25 and 30 euros, for a journey of 25 to 30 minutes. Let's start the Zagreb travel guide on this main square dating back to 1641. It is surrounded by beautiful historic buildings, shops and restaurants.
In the middle of the Jelačić Square stands a statue for Count Joseph Jelačić. As you can already guess, this is where the square gets its name from. He is a hero and, among other things, he called for the first elections for the Croatian parliament a long time ago.
By the way, the statue is also used as a meeting point for dates, when the locals say, let's meet under the horse. Zagreb's historic center, Grad, also called the Upper Town, features medieval streets, historic buildings and a lot of landmarks. You can walk to the Upper Town, but there is also a funicular. And my advice is to stroll around in the beautiful streets. And in the Upper Town you will also find the Lotrščak Tower. It's dating back to the 13th century, and on top you have a beautiful panoramic view over the city and the houses. There's also a cannon which is fired every day at noon. It started in the 19th century as a time signal for the city, but nowadays it's still a popular tourist attraction. And by the way, bring earplugs because it was really loud. In a moment you know more about this old bomb shelter which was in use during World War II, and they use it now for other things. But first, the Dolac Market. It's Zagreb's open-air market with local fresh products and souvenirs. Actually, it's a perfect place to get an authentic taste of Croatian delights. An architectural marvel is the Zagreb Cathedral. It dates back to the 13th century. And the two towers are 108 meters tall. It has been many times repaired, rebuilt and expanded between 1880 and 1906 after an earthquake in 1880. On March the 22nd, 2020, there was another earthquake causing one of the spires to break off. And there is still construction work going on. 700 meters from the cathedral you will find St. Mark's Square. Over here you can find some historical buildings, for example the Croatian Parliament building and the St. Mark's Church. It's dating back to the 13th century and stands as a symbol of the city's rich history and culture. And it's famous for its beautiful roof. In a moment, more about this lake and a museum about broken relationships. In the meantime, stay here. First, Tkalciceva. It's a bustling pedestrian street in the historic center with a lot of bars, restaurants and boutiques. It's a popular spot for both locals and tourists. Actually, it's a great place to immerse yourself in Zagreb's dynamic urban life. And then the most visited museum in the city, and that's the Museum of Broken Relationships.
This is a unique cultural institution dedicated to exploring the universal human experience of love and loss. It was founded in 2006 and it features an eclectic collection of donated objects and personal stories from failed relationships worldwide. In a moment, more about another great museum to visit and one of the most beautiful cemeteries in Europe. But first,
when you're looking for some greenery, my advice is to go to the Jarun Lake. This urban retreat offers a serene escape with clear waters and lush surroundings.
It is a great place for people who love being outdoors. It's like a nature spot right in the middle of the city.
It is time to go underground in the Grič Tunnel, which was built as a bomb shelter during World War II. Nowadays they use it for cultural exhibitions, events, and it is also a pedestrian pathway between the upper town and lower town. And don't miss the stone gate when you are on the upper side. It's just behind me. It's the oldest remaining gate of the old city wall that once surrounded Zagreb.
The gate houses a shrine dedicated to the Virgin Mary, which survived a fire in 1731. And today it's a significant religious site.
When you are a museum goer, Zagreb is a really good place to go because the city houses over 60 museums and galleries. And let me show you two of them.
The first one is the Zagreb Museum. It showcases a rich tapestry of cultural heritage. From ancient artifacts to contemporary art, the museum offers a diverse collection spanning centuries. Over here you can immerse yourself in Zagreb's rich history. The other one is the Technical Museum Nikola Tesla. It is a museum dedicated to the life and work of Nikola Tesla. He is regarded as one of the greatest engineers and inventors of all time. The museum also showcases the development of technology throughout history. In a moment you know more about this botanical garden, but first it's time to visit a quiet place where people remember their loved ones. The Mirogoj Cemetery, with beautiful architecture and peaceful gardens. Actually, it's more than a cemetery. It's just like a quiet and respectful park. And it is considered as one of the most beautiful cemeteries in Europe.
A great way to save some money is the Zagreb Card. It gives you free access to public transportation. Some museums, others give you a discount, and you get discounts in restaurants and shops. You can buy a card for 1 day, that's 20 euros, and for 3 days it's 26 euros.
A lush oasis is the Botanical Garden, with a wide variety of plants from all over the world in carefully arranged exhibits. Its serene pathways offer a peaceful escape and an educational experience amidst urban life.
What is the best time to visit Zagreb? I think the spring months, April or May, or otherwise the early autumn months that are September and October. The temperatures are not that high and there are fewer crowds compared with the high summer peak. Please give a thumbs up, thank you so much when you like this Zagreb travel guide. And if you don't want to miss new episodes, just subscribe on my YouTube channel. It's totally free and it enriches your view on the whole world. Tot ziens, ciao, hasta luego.